It's the Weather Xtreme video. This is the afternoon edition for Tuesday, September 27th. I'm James Spann. Alabama's weather very refreshing for the rest of this week. Lows getting well down in the 50s and highs by Thursday and Friday dropping into the middle 70s. Yes, tropical weather, very interesting. A lot of buzz. We'll talk about that as we go. First off, the water vapor satellite view this afternoon. Nice upper low over the northern Great Lakes, helping to pull down that cooler air. As expected, we have a few isolated showers over east and central Alabama. Got one as far north as Fort Payne. Got a few over parts of Cleburne and Randolph counties, some over Chilton and Coosa counties. Those are dropping to the south. Those will dissipate once the sun goes down. And again, it's a very dry pattern here for the next 7 days and beyond, unfortunately. Peek at the numbers. Look at Coleman, 79 degrees. At mid-afternoon. There's no rain nearby. Gadsden, 83. Mid-80s for most other locations around here. And again, tomorrow we'll see mid-80s again, but by Thursday and Friday, highs drop into the mid-70s. Around the nation, very cool around the Great Lakes, the upper Midwest. They're in the 40s and 50s at mid-afternoon. And again, that air will be feeding southward in coming days. With a cool, stable air mass in place, things are quiet around the nation today. That's the watch warning map. We do note a small marginal risk of severe weather northeast of here, places like Greenville, South Carolina, Asheville, North Carolina for the rest of today and tonight. Tomorrow, a marginal risk for parts of the Carolinas and Virginia. And on day 3, much of the country in dry air. Day 3 is Thursday. Yeah, not much rain here for the next 5 days. Basically nothing. A few isolated showers down south. Hey, speaking of down south, did you see the waterspout images today down at Gulf Shores? Goodness gracious. I say Gulf Shores is actually at Orange Beach. Happened about 11:45 this morning from a shower offshore. No damage there, but always an interesting sight to see. A good old waterspout on the Gulf Coast. All right, tropical fans. Everybody's getting all excited about 97L. That's the one that's approaching the Windward Islands. Got a Hurricane Hunter in the area this afternoon, waiting on the data to come in. And at this point, I've not seen evidence that they have found a low-level circulation. But one is likely soon. More than likely, this becomes Tropical Storm Matthew. Guidance. Most all of the tropical models, not all of them, but most of them, again, show this thing taking a sharp right-hand turn at about 96 hours, then coming up over either Haiti or the eastern part of Cuba, and then up into the Bahamas. And this could be a pretty formidable hurricane at that point. This is the ensemble guidance coming off the GFS, and all the members keep it out of the Gulf. And the mean, it's the black squares. And obviously our friends on the Atlantic coast will have to watch this thing carefully. Remains to be seen if the turn happens at all or if it threatens the east coast of the United States. The system's not even on the board yet. We don't have a low-level circulation center, so you can't really initialize these things. Now, the European, on the other hand, is farther west. Now, this is the OZ ensemble guidance. The 12Z comes in just after the video here, but you can see the mean takes it up toward Key West. About half the members in the Atlantic, half the members in the Gulf of Mexico. Interesting. Intensity guidance. Most models ramp it up to a hurricane in about 84 to 108 hours. And again, there's a lot of latent heat energy involved in the path of this thing, so we'll watch it carefully. But again, obviously, this phase of the game, more questions than answers. We'll take a look at the operational runs here, the deterministic runs, and see how they handle that and how they handle our weather. This is the GFS, the 12Z run, valid tomorrow at 1 o'clock local time. Nice trough in the east. Should be mostly sunny, and the high will be in the mid-80s after starting off the day in the 50s. That's going to feel good. Thursday, a northerly flow increases at 10:30, high dropping in across the Great Plains. Highs drop in the middle 70s. That's going to feel fantastic. Friday morning, we should be down in the low 50s. Some of the cooler pockets could see 40s. Maybe a touch of light rain and the wraparound moisture north of us with the upper low, but we should be dry on Friday. And again, the high only in the low to mid-70s. The GFS showing 73. What a great night coming up for high school football Friday night. Saturday as the weekend begins. The GFS showing a low of 52 for Birmingham Saturday morning. And again, we'll see 40s for the cooler pockets. The high Saturday, mid to upper 70s, a delightful day for football. Sunday, we're still dry. Upper 70s are likely. And Monday, maybe temperatures creeping up toward the low 80s. And we note what should be Matthew coming up in that gap between Cuba and Haiti up toward the Bahamas. And this is a week from today, Tuesday, the 4th of October. Nice trough coming down through the Great Plains. Down below that, moisture kind of creeps up in here. We might mention a slight chance of a shower, but I don't think we will for now. And again, Matthew is over in the Atlantic, just east of the Bahamas. This is the end of the forecast period. This is Friday of next week, October 7th. Troughing north of us. Matthew, a formidable hurricane if this verifies. That pressure's down to 958 millibars off the Jersey coast. And obviously our buddies in Cape Cod and Long Island will be watching this with great interest. And just for the fun of it, the European, the 12Z run, same time, this is Friday of next week. It's got a 934 millibar hurricane just east of Miami. So again, let's look at the difference. There's the GFS. It's got this thing well east of the Jersey Shore. At the same time, the European has it just east of Miami. So look, there's no confidence. This will change and change and change. Nobody knows at this point. We'll check the numbers. Hey, look at those 70s. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. But next week, we creep back up in the 80s with lows around 60. But the one thing you don't see on the board, 90s. That's good. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video this afternoon. We'll have notes in the blog. Next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. If you can't catch us this evening on the live stream or the television side, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless.